Hi everybody, this is DearMamaSal, and it is Saturday, and a beautiful Saturday. It's 23 degrees Canadian and 74 American, which is great. We really like that. So in other words, it is warm, but not too warm. That car I was just slowing down for had the most unbelievable orchids in it. And I have to tell you, I am an absolute sucker for orchids. They are my favorite flowers. And I love them because they're such good value for money. I know they look so expensive, and I've probably talked about this before. They look so expensive, but what people don't realize is they flower for about 3 months. You know, you buy a bouquet of flowers in a store, unless you've got very high quality flowers, they're dead within the week. Whereas with orchids, you probably pay twice as much, but they're still blooming 3 months later. And if you're really lucky, they will bloom again. Now, I've only had one that ever bloomed again, so, whoops, speed bump. So I've only had one that ever bloomed again, but oh, it really was so cute. And then for some reason, I managed to totally kill it. I don't know what happened. I forgot to water it. Very bad. So I just want to thank the viewers who wrote to me. You guys were really kind and let me know about the video angle. And I can tell today that I haven't got it in quite the right angle because it's wobbly. So I've got to get the right place and then secure it there. It's all part of watching my vlog, right? You never know what's going to happen next. And so I'm off to go and have my hair cut. Boy, that seems to come around so quickly these days. I couldn't believe that it was time to have it cut again. Quite scary. And then I'm going to do some base shopping, vegetables and things. And some decaf coffee if I can remember. Definitely need some more coffee. And as you know, I do allow myself one decent cup of coffee every day. And actually, I've found some decaf that is pretty tasty, which is unusual. So I'm quite happy about that. Then hopefully I'm going to spend about an hour in the garden before I do the broadcast on Saturday night. So it'll be a full day. I don't normally have a traffic jam here, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. So, with much shorter hair than when I came in. I wanted to give you a little life lesson here. Something happened just now that I thought would be a wonderful example for all of you. What happened was when I made my... I always have an appointment to have my hair cut at 2 o'clock. I mean, it's like, you know, I've been doing that for years. In fact, nearly 25 years with this particular group. So, 2 o'clock on a Saturday is when I have my appointment. That's fine. However, a couple of days ago, somebody phoned me and said, would I mind changing the appointment by 15 minutes, extending it, you know, to 2:15, because my stylist needed to do somebody with long hair and they didn't want me sitting around and waiting, being delayed in case it takes longer. And I actually thank them for that consideration because they know I don't do waiting very well. And that was great. So anyway, I go to the hairdresser today and I sit at the place where you wash your hair, because that's what I automatically do, and just relax. And I see my hairstylist working on a guy with short hair. Now, I don't know about you, but there's part of me that goes, something doesn't add up here. I was asked to change my appointment for a person with long hair, and I'm watching a guy with incredibly short hair, almost a crew cut. So, how did I feel? A little hurt was how I felt. So here are the choices I had. I could have just left it alone and stewed about it, but I didn't. Somebody once taught me, check it out. If you've got something that's upsetting you, it's not a bad idea to check it out. So I said, okay, here's the joke. And I said the joke is I was asked to change my appointment so that the person with long hair who was going to be before me would have enough time. I'm watching a guy with really short hair because somebody explained to me what's going on. Or was this guy more important than I was? I mean, just help me here. Well, it took us a while to work it out, but here's what actually happened. 48 hours ago, a woman phoned in, the woman with long hair, and wanted to know if there was room to have her appointment on Saturday at whatever the time was. And they said, well, yes, but it would mean we'd need to move the 2 o'clock appointment a little bit to make sure there's enough room. So she said, okay, fine, well, could you do that? And I'll phone you back. So they did. They phoned me and they extended it. The only thing is, the woman never phoned back to confirm the appointment. So, the reason I'm saying it's a good idea to check it out was because if I hadn't talked about it, even though, I probably sounded a bit weird, and who knows what else, and I don't really care. But because I talked about it, I found out what really happened, and I found out it had nothing to do with the receptionist. It had to do with the person the day before, who was a different receptionist, and also it had been for really good reason when you got all the facts together. Make sense? But if you only had half the facts, there was no good reason for it. So that's why I'm saying to you, it's a really good idea whenever you get a situation like that seems really strange, just check out what's going on. Get all the facts before you react too heavily. So by the time I left there, I was absolutely fine. And obviously, because I'm such a long-term client for them, I've been with them forever, they were really concerned that I was upset. And I said, heck no, I'm not upset. I found out what happened. It makes logical sense to me, and I'm fine. So whether it's with your best friend or with your boss or with whoever, when something weird happens like that, check it out. Otherwise, what we do is we make up stories. You know how I always say you awfulize things. Your mind will play games with you and make things very different than they really are. And then you get totally the wrong picture and react accordingly, and that's not fair. So there you are, my life lesson. Check it out.